get to making with jive or station. When it hits you, yes.
All right, Bougie Duchess here this evening, and tonight we are going to make a Peruvian key lime pie. It's going to be delicious. Stick around and I will give you the step-by-step instructions on the recipe. Is we're going to be grinding up the crust for. So here I've opened up the package. Now, a good substitution for this would also be graham crackers. If you don't like using these particular cookies, graham crackers will do nicely. And so I take and I pour them all into the Ninja just like so. There we go, and I throw this away. I put the lid on the top of my Ninja, just like so. I lock it into place. So for the pie pan, so we're going to use just regular little pie pans like this, and these are the cookies that I am crushing up in my trusty faithful little Ninja that you see back here. So I power it up and there we go. The crust is already, I do that until it's all crumbled up really nice. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm melting some clarified butter, and I'm going to make the crust with clarified butter and the cookie crumbs. And that's it, and then I bake it at a temperature of 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or if you're playing with the metric system, 180 degrees Celsius. All right, so now we've taken the graham crackers and we've put them all crushed up and they're inside the bowl, ready for the mixing. Now I have some clarified butter, which I've already put in some warm water and softened up so I can get it out of I buy it in the jar. You could buy it by the stick. You break out the fork, you break out the spoon, get something to help you get this out of the jar. And I will start melting that. Now you got to be careful when you're melting this butter because it's easy enough to burn it, and you don't want to burn the butter. You would like for it to melt evenly. So you put it on a very, very low heat. So turning it on, and I have it on a very low heat. And I'd like to get all of the butter out of here. So now I add the clarified butter to the graham cracker crust, just like that, and I start mixing it until it all gets mixed in really good. Just like that. Keep mixing, mixing, mixing until all the crumbs are covered. So I'm back, and in my cleaning up process, I accidentally burnt myself. So I've got some aloe on my hands, and I've got a latex glove to protect my hands from any further infection or anything else that might be going on in the kitchen. So, just so you know. Now the next thing we're getting ready to do is we're going to be putting the pie crust in these pie tins here that you see. So, it's a pretty simple procedure. I've started the oven. The oven is already cranking up. So I'm packing in the pie crust. I think I've got enough for 3 pies here. Got a lot of pie going on. So see, I've evenly dispersed that. In the 3 tins. Okay. So here's where the next little trick comes in handy. Get myself a round little glass like this. And I start packing the pie crust in all the way around the pie. Now I remember when I used to work at Pierce College, I worked in the Computer Applications and Office Technologies department. And I worked with this wonderful woman. Her name was Dr. Clark. And she used to stop at Marie Callender's all the time and pick up a pie and bring it into the office. God bless this woman. If she could see me now making a pie and then making these videos and editing, I would hope that she would be proud of me. So maybe I might even shoot her this link so that she can see and check out how I'm using some of the talents that I learned right there in the Computer Applications and Office Technologies department. And I hope she's proud of me today. Go around in the kitchen making pies. And the butter and the crust will keep it from sticking to the actual tin. There we go. Pie shell number 2 done. Go. Start wiping all of the rest of the excess off the glass. Pound it right down into there. There we go. Pie crust number 3 done. Here's Carlos, and he's helping out with the juicing. Say hello to the studio audience. There we go. That's Carlos. And he's cutting up the limes in half and juicing them for me. Put those into the oven and bake them for 10 minutes. Alrighty. And there we are. So here we are. We've got the limes all juiced. I'm throwing in the pulp. Minus seeds or anything else that might come with it. And then here's the lime juice. Throwing that in there. I also got some Nestle Crema Delight. It's 50% less sugar than condensed milk, but it is a good alternative. If you're trying to cut back on your sugar, use this instead of condensed milk. Alrighty, so now we're getting to the part where we're going to make the filling for the pies. The pies are out of the oven, they're on top of the stove, they're cooling down, the crust is cooling down. So, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate egg whites from egg yolks. You might think this is the hardest thing in the world, but I've got a little trick to do it with. I use my spaghetti strainer for separating egg whites from egg yolk. Alrighty, so first thing I do is I use a knife to perforate the egg nice and clean, just like that. Then I drop it into my spaghetti strainer. And then I pull it up and you can see as it just separates the egg yolk from the egg white. And if you take a good look here, I've got nothing but egg yolk. I drop that into my bowl. 1. We're going to get 10 of these. Throw that back in there. Going to do the same thing again. Going to. There we go. Drop the egg in there. Lift it up. It separates. Maybe swirl it just a little bit. There we go. Help it along. Two egg yolks. And then I shut them off and I let them cool in the oven for about another 20-25 minutes. And so everything's kind of cool to the touch. I pull out the rack and oh my goodness, look at that. Here we go. 3 beautiful pies. Peruvian lime pies. There you have it.
So we're cutting into the Peruvian lime pie, Peruvian lime pie made with stevia. What do you think, Carlos? Pretty good? All right. There it is with some whipped cream on top. Delicious.